Hi, and welcome to Simplo. In this video, I'll show you just how easy it is to get set up and ready to create invoices. When you first log in, you will see the onboarding page. This will help guide you through the steps that you need to complete so that you can get started. First, we need to set up your details. So click Settings, and then you will need to put in your name, email, ABN, and bank account details at a minimum. So if you just let me do that really quickly. I'm also going to tick CC me on all emails so that I get a copy when an invoice gets sent, but you don't have to do that. So if I scroll a little bit here, I'm going to put my bank account details in. There are also some other settings that you can customize. So for example, you can put in your logo, you can connect to Xero or QuickBooks. If you click show more settings, you'll see that you can set payment terms. You can change the body of the email when you send it out. You can personalize the rates for services and travel. But you don't need to change any of this to get started. You can always come back to that later. So I'm going to scroll to the top and I'm going to click Save Settings. And then we are taken back to the onboarding page. Next, I'm going to add my first client. So I'm going to click My Clients. I'm going to put in my client's name, NDIS number, and address. It's important that you enter the name and email address of the person who should receive the invoice, such as the client's plan manager, because Simplo will use those details later. So if I put that in here, you don't need to add guardian details, but it is helpful for keeping all of your clients' information in one place. So I'm just going to put them in. There are also some additional details that you can add if you click show, such as medical information, GP and emergency contact details, support coordinator and NDIS plan details. Again, none of that is required to create an invoice, but it's helpful if you want to keep some records. So I'm going to click Save Client and I will be redirected back to the onboarding page. Now we are ready to create an invoice. So I'm going to click Create My First Invoice. I'm going to select my client. The invoice date will default to today's date. The service date is the date of your session. So let's say I had a session on the 15th. Next, select the NDIS code for the service you provided. Simplo automatically includes the most commonly used codes, so you can select one that you need from the list. If you use different codes or customized prices, don't stress. We can set that up quickly in the NDIS rates tab, but I will talk about that in another video. So let's just choose one over here. You will see now that Simplo automatically fills in the service description and the standard rate. If you've agreed on a lower rate with your client, you can edit that over here. Now we would put in the amount of hours provided. Let's say I worked for 3 hours. And if you're charging for travel, you can also enter the number of kilometers and select a travel rate. So I'm going to choose this one as my travel rate, and I'm going to say 8 kilometers. You'll see that the totals update automatically as you add your services and travel. If you've provided more than one session, you can add another session to the same invoice. So you just click add another session and enter all of the details. Once everything looks correct, you can click Save Invoice, and congratulations, your invoice has now been created. So you can review the invoice before you send it out. It will automatically include your details, your client's NDIS number, and the plan manager's email address, which we populated earlier. It'll also show the invoice payment terms and the due date. You'll see a breakdown of the services that you've provided, including the NDIS codes, sessions, and any travel. If you need to change the email recipient, you can change it here. So put in that. Once you're happy with everything, you can click send. And you can see you get a bit of a record of when it got emailed and to whom. If you want to see what the PDF looks like, you can download the PDF here. And there you go.